What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for thelines.com, playpicks.com. Going to talk to you about Sunday night football between the Packers and the Saints. Before we get going, as always, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. Give us a thumbs up and let us know in that comment section how you plan on playing this game on Sunday night with the Packers heading to New Orleans to play the New Orleans Saints. As you see right here over on the lines, we've got you a nice little written breakdown here, so be sure and take a look at this. I'll let you read along as I kind of start to go through everything here. Of course, this is Superdome, so there's no weather to be worried about here, nothing like that. Packers 2-0 against the spread. Saints 1-1, 1-1 against the spread. The big news here in this game is the fact that we are going to be without Michael Thomas for sure for the Saints, and we are likely to be without Davante Adams for the Packers. So the two best players on the field are actually not going to be on the field for this game. And that is just a massive, massive, massive thing here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how this is breaking down as we're recording this on Sunday morning. As you can see, we're about 8 hours until kickoff here. 3.5 is the total. 3.5 on the Saints is a little bit is a little bit under the 110. You got to pay a little bit of juice here on the Packers at Draftkings. 52 if you want the total, 150 on the money line on the Packers here at Fanduel. We're looking at 3.5, 110 on each side here, 162 on the Packers on the money line. It is a tick up here, 52.5 on the total at Fanduel. And finally over here on BetMGM, we're sitting 3.5 on both sides as well, 110, 52.5 on the total. So you see a half point higher at Fanduel and BetMGM, 140 on the money line on the Packers if you want to go that route. Guys, we'll try to make this one pretty short here because, frankly, when it all comes down to it, we'll just give you the nuts and bolts and let you decide how you want to go about this. So much uncertainty. Really tough game here to handicap. Rodgers has thrown for over 600 yards through the first two games of the season. Of course, you know Aaron Jones went absolutely berserk last week, 168 rushing yards, couple of passing touchdowns as well he's had throughout the short course of the season. I mean, just been absolutely crazy good. Drew Brees, on the other hand, for the Saints, has actually been on the decline if you look at the statistics, right? He has only averaged about 4.8 yards, air yards, so far through the air with his passes. And there's a lot of people out there who say that he's on the big-time decline. His arm isn't there anymore. He's a little bit gun-shy to try to put it into his tight spaces because he doesn't have that zip on the ball. And so far, it kind of looks like that is the case. I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing here from Drew Brees in this. On the defensive side of the ball on the Saints, we're actually seeing a defense that's not near what we thought. I mean, the strength of this team over the last couple of seasons has been the defense. And instead, we're actually seeing a defense that's 15th pass defense DVOA overall, which we thought would be a really big strength of this team. They allowed 34 points and 375 yards to the Raiders last week. You know, I mean, this is a team that has gotten by on their defensive play, not shown up here in the early season for the Saints. On the Packers side, really get at them through the ground. This is exactly what was the case with them last year as well. They've given up 111 yards on the ground per game so far. Again, short season, small sample size. That being said, it is something that has carried over from last year, 30th in rush defense DVOA so far through the short season here for the Packers. So if you take a look here at how you want to kind of go about this game, guys. All right, so let's look. Let's make a case for the over, and we would be playing the over here on DraftKings because, again, we're getting a half point off of what we're getting at FanDuel and BetMGM. So a case for the over in this one could be, hey, look, yes, we are without Michael Thomas, we are without Davante Adams, but these are still two talented teams. We are looking at one of the more talented quarterbacks of the generation in Aaron Rodgers, of course, Drew Brees. Do you believe that he still has it? Do you believe that Emmanuel Sanders can step up and actually be that number one guy there for the Saints? Can Traquan Smith add off the momentum that he had last week, catching a bunch of balls for this team that was also without Michael Thomas, I might add, in that as well? Can Jared Cook become a bigger part of the offense and then move the ball up and down the field here? On the Packers side of the ball, are they going to be able to find Allen Lazard, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, What can Aaron Jones do out of the backfield here? What can he do on the ground against this Saints team to get us to the over 52 in this one? Will there be any sort of turnovers? If that's the case, do you think that there could be, Drew Brees with that declining arm strength, throws a bad pick or whatever it might be? Of course, a special teams play or short fields could get us towards the over in this game as well. Just a very interesting game to have to go and try to figure out how you get to 52 points. Now, if we want to play the under, of course, we'll go over here to, because I think it's juiced right over here. Yeah, so we'll go over here to MGM. We would play the under 52.5 over here at MGM. Obviously, I don't have to tell you the case for the under here. The case for the under here is very simple. The two best players on the field, the wide receivers and Davante Adams and Michael Thomas, not going to be there. The other thing, declining arm strength, declining productivity out of Drew Brees. On the road for the Packers going into the Superdome. Now, there's not going to be fans there, but still had to make the trip, still playing on the road, not sleeping in your own bed, sleeping in a hotel, things like that could lead you towards the under here. Maybe these offenses also just can't get clicking without their best players out on the field. Maybe the Saints defense finally starts to show up for the first time this season and can actually limit a team like the Packers without Davante Adams out on the field. Maybe they're able to limit him just a little bit as well. That'd be your case for the over and the under here. We can take a look at some of the player props. I think the only thing maybe that you would be looking at, it is a game with a total of 52. Whether you think it's going to go over or under, I mean, is it going to go, even if it goes, 10 points under what the total is right there, we're still looking at 6 touchdowns being scored in the game. Without Michael Thomas, we know the massive amount of work that Alvin Kamara gets. I understand you have to lay 167, but anytime score on Alvin Kamara at 167 would be the only real play that I would have any sort of confidence in this game at all. Alvin Kamara finding the end zone one way or the other, right? That could be through the air or on the ground. Again, you got to lay 167 to get there on that one, but I think that is about the safest play in this whole game. Go over here to the line, guys, at 3.5. I guess we would come over here to Fanduel because there's no juice on either side. So sitting at 3.5. Look, there are going to be a lot of people out there, and one thing I want you to know about this channel, and one of the things we're going to do, whether it's me, whether it's Brett, whether it's Brad, whether it's Dan down the line that's going to be doing some stuff with us, whether it's Sean down the line that's going to be doing some stuff with us, we're just going to be honest with you when it comes to these things. This game's very confusing to me, really hard handicap with both of those guys being off the field. What do they bring to the table in a weird season as it is anyway, right? No home field advantage for this Saints team per se, with no crowd being in there. Just a whole lot that's just up in the air, and it's really, really hard to get a good read on this game. There's going to be a lot of people who there's lock of the century. This is the way this is going to go. This is the way it's going to go. Like, if we're not going to bet something, if we tell you we're betting something, we're betting it. That's just the case. That's just the way it is. You're always going to be able to trust us here, and we're not going to be pumping you full of a bunch of BS. And so when I don't have a good read on a game, I'm not going to try to lean you one way or the other. I'm just trying to give you information here along the way, and maybe that'll lead you to how you want to bet the game. Forced to bet this thing, I'd probably just take the 3 and a hook on the Packers if it came down to it. Probably will not be in my account unless something massively changes between now and the 8 hours when this thing actually kicks off here. But at least the Saints, I guess, do have a game under their belt without Michael Thomas as far as trying to figure things out. Without that, they're supposedly with the Packers going to give Davante Adams up until they have to file the injury report, which is 90 minutes before game time, for him to finally make his decision. Again, he is doubtful. Very, very rarely do we see players that are listed as doubtful actually play. But maybe there's a surprise in there somewhere. I don't know. Too much uncertainty, too much stuff going on here. Again, all things equal where it's just Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones against Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. I guess I would just take the more than a field goal if I was forced to bet this thing, but that's about it. Again, really the only thing that's going to be in my account will be an anytime score here on Alvin Kamara. And past that, I'm just going to sit back and watch a game and try to figure out these two teams in case these guys are going to be without their star players for next week as well. So we can try and maybe get some sort of read as how these things are going to play out. But again, all honesty here, guys, don't want to sit there and fill you full of crap. If I'm not going to be playing this game hard, then I'm just going to tell you I'm not going to be playing this game very hard. Again, head over the lines, though. One of the things you can do if you do want to play this thing, make sure you're getting the best of the number and make sure you're getting the best of the odds. So just go up here to U.S. Sports Betting and click on your state, and you'll get the very best deals that you can get at all the sports books that are out there. Appreciate you guys watching the video. We'll be back. We got a lot of thoughts here on Monday Night Football, that being said. So stick around for the channel. Be sure and hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified anytime we go live with anything. Give us a thumbs up. Really do appreciate the thumbs up, even though maybe this one didn't give you the exact pick that you were looking for in this thing. And if you do have a strong opinion on the game, let us know in the comments how it's going to go. Maybe there's something we missed along the way with everything. Certainly looking to have good conversations with our subscribers out there and the viewers of the videos. Appreciate it, and good luck on the game tonight.